on the Adventures of Gaia. Krellin, Magnus, Riva, and myself went to Otakar's shop to meet Agrippa, a witch that provided us with some of the spell components and more instructions to help heal Aristodemus and Royd. Agrippa told us that Krellin had followed his heart, and that it had gotten him into trouble, and that Riva was from some place called the Palisades, where apparently they use swords and magic there, but there's absolutely no technology. A little weird. She also talked a lot about coins and some sort of game. She seemed really interested in playing that game. Otakar informed Krellin that there was a bounty out on him, but that he hadn't turned Krellin in yet. We got back to the circus safely thanks to Tive, but Magnus got upset with Krellin because he hadn't followed the plan and ran off.
That man could have gotten you, some of us, hurt.
He's still learning how to be part of a team.
Well, I suppose.
After some words between them, Krellin went off to talk to the twins about finding someone important to him. We ended the day by sneaking into the back of the tent to watch the final act of the night, The Illusions of Polycarpus and Iana.
You are all sitting in the bustling mess tent of the circus. The smell of Batya's cooking tantalizes your nostrils as the other circus folk, some of the rough hands and some of the performers, all joke together. You can hear their laughter, sometimes raucous, waft over the air in the circus tent. It's interesting to some of you who are newcomers to the circus that even though you're still in this dark time where both Royd and Aristodemus are still injured, but the circus seems to go on. It seems like the aphorism, the show must go on, is taken literally by the circus folk. And they're kind of a simple folk that no matter what's going on, they're kind of always partying and usually very carefree and joyous most of the time, but they can snap into action, they can snap into depression, they can snap into other kinds of emotions very, very quickly. So today, you guess, could be like any other day in the circus, except that you have the knowledge of what's going on all weighing heavily on yourselves, either because you've been asked to take tasks in the circus, or because you know the secrets of the circus right now, that, again, Aristodemus and Royd are still apparently under the thrall of this evil magic. So, Riva, you've been helping dish out some of Batya's cooking.
Here you go. Another for you. Another for you. Hey, how's it go? Hey.
Okay, Frank walks
looking
up.
Good today.
You see all the glistening metal in his tongue and face and ears and eyebrows. Hey, dude. Thanks, man.
Hey. Yeah, not a problem. Not a problem.
He gives you a high five.
Food for everyone.
Who would Ruja hang out with in the mess tent?
She would probably eat alone or hang out with Harry.
He's eating, so you and him are sitting at your own kind of table, having a polite conversation.
Well, Aurora is kind of not stalking, but kind of stalking Ruja, because she seems to be able to read people and stuff. So the past few times I've been kind of stalking her. But if it seems like they're talking, she would just kind of sit, but watch for a moment to go in.
Okay. Ruja, you...
I'll talk to Krellin, of course.
Can't help but notice some presence somewhere, not too close behind you, but somewhere kind of behind you and to your left.
It is very cute. I'll comment to Harry.
he laughs and smiles and says, Aurora, why don't you come on and sit down and join us?
Oh,
There's
okay.
room at the party, he smiles.
Okay. She goes over and kind of sits and sort of mirrors how, not like creepy, but maybe mirrors Ruja.
So, how's it going with those spell components?
Oh, well, we got some stuff. I guess we still need to get some other ones. The dried racked sounds gross. And, I forget the other ones. Who has the pad? I don't know.
Krillin appears.
So I just hand the pad to Aurora, and then I disappear and start flirting with everybody I see as conversing.
Okay.
Everybody flirtable.
Some of the young contortionists are over there joking around with Frank, and they're kind of a younger crowd, so they kind of are a little bit more. They cut loose a little bit more, if that makes any sense.
A little more raucous.
I wait until he has their full attention. I come over, slap him on the shoulder, and say, "Guess who's on dish duty?"
Yes, yeah.
So right as they're about to laugh, like halfway through a good joke or something, I say, "Hey, Krellin, you're on dish duty." And I hand him my plate.
Good man. I'm terribly sorry I forgot. I'll get right on that. Hey, why don't you keep these lovely people company while I'm away?
Frank and the contortionist laughed. One tiny little pixie of a woman. She's got brown pigtails. Her name is Nancy. She comes over and she puts her hand flirtingly on your shoulder, Riva, and she says, "Oh, Riva, you're so funny." She laughs.
I blush. I blush like a deeper shade of
green.
It's not red. Yeah, a deeper shade of green.
Yeah. Okay, she giggles. She seems to giggle even more.
I'll make my way over to everybody else.
Okay, Riva, you're about to walk back, and you notice a lone figure with tawny skin, dark gray hair, white lines, and black eyes, and a tunic walk in. It's the familiar sight of Magnus.
Oh, hey, have you eaten?
He sits down by himself, kind of in the corner away from everyone else. He says, "Ah, Riva, my good friend." He smiles. He says, "Oh, no, I'm not hungry. Thank you."
Does Magnus seem off? Like, does he like?
When does he seem on?
Well, that's right. That's right. Well, usually he's with Aurora, and he's not right now. If he seems semi-happy by his tone, I'm gonna start worrying because usually he's, the snails, or he's or he's very like, "Oh, we can't let this go," like that sort of thing. Like,
This is true.
So it's a rarity for him, especially with all that's going on right now, for him to be jubilant.
Okay. You sit down, kind of studying him a bit. He does seem a little morose, perhaps. You hear some raucous laughter come from Ruja, Aurora, and Harry. You see, he looks over. So, Riva, how are you, my young friend? Doing well?
Yeah, I'm good. Hello. I get like right in and lock on his eyes. Are you okay?
He goes, oh yes. Yes, I suppose so. I'm fine.
I put my hand on his shoulder. How does he react?
Okay, he kind of smiles, but he kind of claps your hand on his shoulder. You and him have become pretty good friends. You've spent some time in the library talking about spells and.
Well, hey, if you're doing all right, I'm gonna head over and speak to the rest of the group. You're more than welcome to come. They're right over there, and I do the one-eyed point, like, "Where'd you go?" Okay, there.
He goes, "Yeah, fine, just fine." Yes, I see them there. Magnus kind of looks at you, Riva, and he says, "Just fine, sitting here. I just sit here, day after day after day."
Do you want to do something? Like, go join the rest of our friends? How about I'll bring them to you? You just sit there and enjoy sitting. And I'll stand up and I'll go walk over to everybody else. And as soon as I get an earshot, something is weird with Magnus.
What?
Where?
What?
Okay, you see Magnus is sitting alone at a table in the corner of the tent. You see he's kind of looking your way, and then as soon as you look at him, he's kind of like, he looks around. He pulls out a book, puts on his reading glasses, starts looking at it.
Okay, here's
now
his
he's
pad.
at-
Whatever ingredients.
Okay. Aurora,
No
head over.
offense, but Magnus is usually a little different. What do you mean by weird?
I don't know. He's just like repeating himself at this point, which, I mean, he
That's difficult.
talks about. he talks about the same things over and over again if he finds them interesting sometimes. Yeah, we get that. But no, he's like, it's like an odd repetition. I don't know. He seems off. Seems more happy and calm and complacent. It's weird. I don't know.
Yes, complacent is definitely off. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I think, Aurora, you have the best connection with them.
Yeah, okay, I could go.
And Harry finishes his story. And then he pulled out the apple. You see, it came from the whoop. You get it? You get it? Anyway, folks, I got to get to sweeping. There's going to be an animal act tonight, and then Dos is going to redo his shooting, and I have to make sure I put up the barricade so none of us get shot when he does that.
Yes.
He takes his hat, he puts it on, he tips it. Says, Ruja, he smiles.
Always a pleasure. Enjoy your sweeping.
All right. He says, oh yeah, adventures in sweeping. He walks off. Okay, Aurora, you walk up to Magnus. He's yes.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, he smiles. He stands. He says, oh, Aurora, please have a seat.
Okay, she sits beside him.
Okay, he sits down.
What's wrong? We were sitting over there, and there are stories and stuff. And,
Oh, yes.
we're talking about ingredients and spell stuff, which is things. And what's wrong?
Nothing. Everything is quite grand. Okay, he looks a little long at Aurora with a sappy smile on his face. Okay, just then the tent flaps open.
No.
The twins come in, Lida and Adil. They come in arm in arm. Their feet walk in perfect synchronicity, as if they're some kind of four-legged guys and not two-legged guys. They immediately notice both groups sitting kind of separately, and they kind of motion you all to come over. Krellin, they wave at you and motion to come over. He goes, oh, looks like the higher-ups want you there, Krellin. Thanks for the help, buddy. I can do the rest.
No worries.
That's what I got these forearms for.
Appreciate it, my man. And I slap him on the back. Fix my sleeves. There's not a drop of water on me.
Yes, perfect. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. You do the cufflink thing. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Man of mystery. Wow.
Oh, I thought Carlin was going to start stripping here. What the heck was going on?
No, it's more of a James Bond thing.
So after fixing his suit and then starts taking it all off.
It's perfect. Now it's time for Krellin.
Don't.
Okay, Aurora's completely focused on Magnus, so I don't know if...
Okay, Magnus looks up and goes, oh, it is the sisters.
There's something wrong with you.
No, I'm fine, dear. I'm fine. He pats the back of your hand, like some old guys. And all right.
Hey, when I walk behind him, okay, I'm gonna try healing him a little bit. Maybe it's just broken. Okay.
Okay. All right. Little light goes through, and pink smoke comes off it and kind of shoots out at him. He's like, oh. He smiles and he fixes his tunic. He has a bit more of a spring in his step.
Maybe he broke himself reading about snails.
Maybe he did. You come over to a close circle around Lida and Adil.
And keep my eye on him.
Come, children of the circus. Come. Oh, Ruja, can we ask for your assistance on this one, please?
Of course.
They smile and nod towards you.
I actually gave Ruja the pad when I got up and was completely focused on Magnus, so
I'll have the pad.
yeah, with the list of ingredients.
We need you to go to the outer rims. You need to source two things. You need to source the flayflax. They say flayflax. And you'll also need to find some desiccated rat. I'm going to make a slight face when they say rat.
There aren't any desiccated rats in the tents?
So, no, dear. Desiccated rat.
Yeah, we researched it last week, Ruja. It's, isn't it eating everybody in the outer rims or something? It's like a giant octopod with a beak, claws, and it was eating everyone.
There are many rumors about this elusive creature.
Sounds dangerous.
it sounds
It can be.
delicious.
You must be careful. Bring your weapons with you. The outer rims are lawless.
I put my arm around Magnus. He's the most powerful thing I know around me, so.
Okay, Magnus kind of stiffens like a board when you put your arm around him.
Okay, let's go. Where are they?
We are tasking you to help find these components. Oh, of course. I will. Don't worry not, Lita and Adil. I shall find these, and our stalwart companions, we will bring them back post-haste.
Yeah, we're gonna go get it.
Yes, perfect. They say tithe, they wave. Okay, the little goblin man comes up. He's got spectacles on, like blue kind of spectacles, circular ones. He's got pointed ears, white hair coming out almost to the length of his ears, out of his ears.
Yeah.
They are going to need transportation to the outer rims. The sisters plan with Tithe that Tithe is in mental contact with Magnus, and so Magnus can tell him where to take you and when to pick you up. And they tell you to arm yourselves, and so you set to doing that.
I have nothing to my name. Oh.
All right, Magnus says, all right, I'll go to the library and see if I can find where we can find this Flayflax and desiccated rat. I believe I know, but I'll be right back.
I'll follow him, because he's acting weird.
Okay, you come with him. He smiles. He says, are you going to help me?
Yeah, but don't get distracted by snail books.
Wondrous. I will endeavor to maintain my concentration. He smiles.
Okay.
All right, you guys go off. Okay, Magnus picks up a book. He's like, looking at a pad. He throws in the pad. No, not this one. I'm sure it was with the snails. It was over. Yes, yes.
Snails.
Here it is. Flayflax. Yes. It is a kind of mold
from
that grows
snails
on rocks and Gaia metals.
And
it was abundant. I knew I had read this. It was abundant in a place called Nerthus Island, which I believe is in the Outer Rims. Takes his reading glasses off. Josh puts his GMing glasses back on.
Not to be confused.
And the desiccated rat. I believe I know a place that we can acquire this.
Do you think we're going to kill one and have to dry it ourselves? Because that sounds messy.
To my knowledge, that's the best way to get the most potent desiccated rat. And you might never know if what they're selling you is actually rat.
Do you
I'm afraid we're going to have to harvest it.
Do you have a picture of one? A rat?
Oh, yes, I believe so.
I just like to make him go through the books. And
he goes, all right. He puts his reading glasses back on. One moment. Yes. It would appear... Okay, he shows you a picture. It looks like this terrible beast. Ba, ba, ba.
What?
Oh my gosh.
It says the vicious rack. It says the vicious rack, but it's spelled with a CZ. The racks. It says yes, it slubbers on you and things. He puts it down.
Well, that looks great, but I don't want to kill that. That looks really cute.
It said that they are quite voracious, cannibalistic monsters. This might not be. He says it's a small print down here. It says depiction may not be close to reality.
Let's throw that book out.
He tosses it over his head. He hits a stack of other books. They all fall over. All right, shall we?
Is Aurora is Rusha in the library with all of them?
Yeah, sure. You walk in.
Everybody's in the library.
Sure. Okay, everybody walks in.
Aurora was going to say something to Magnus.
Okay. All right, we found it, but I don't think it's it. I think the book is bad. It's spelled incorrectly. And it looks like... It does not sound like an octopod. That looked like something not like that.
Yes, a very cute.
And what about the fleaflam? Flimflam.
Flayflax.
The Flayflax. Yes. I've sourced a place in the Outer Rims. It's called Nerthus Island. Have you ever been there, Rusha?
I do not know. Should I roll a memory?
There's no need. No, you're pretty sure you've never ever been there.
Is it a tropical island?
I don't know. Let's hope so.
It's mold. Ugh, why is everything gross?
He says, yes, need something to collect it. One moment.
So it's cheese.
He starts digging around his various paraphernalia and all the books, and he pulls out some long glass tube vials. He goes, oh yes, this will be perfect. And
is it organized in here, or is he messy?
Puts them in his belt. It's a little messy. It's a little professor office-y. I have a system. I know where everything is. That pile there is defensive magic. That pile there is offensive magic. I found a very interesting book on acting, if you wish to improve the thespian art. He laughs. Yes. But I suppose we should maybe we should I guess get going.
Okay, I want to talk to you later.
Kate. She turns.
Okay. All right. Yes. I suppose we're all here. Mr. Krellin, are you prepared?
Love the tone. Of course, yes. And if it's an island we're going to, I'm extra prepared. We can all go swimming. Have fun.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Perhaps.
If you do not know the waters around, I would not recommend swimming.
Oh.
We'll have to be
swimming.
We'll have to be on our toes, as they say. Very well. Mr. Tithe, we are ready. We must go to a place called Nurthus Island. Okay, you hear some yelling outside of the wagon.
Please be cool. Please be cool. Not gross.
Says, all right. If you're all ready, Mr. Tithe will transport us now.
All right.
Oh.
Ready and ready.
Okay, Magnus kind of stands, and he's like caster casual, ready to cast if he needs to, or just kind of like, my hands up, no big deal.
Got my
You're crossing your fingers. Ruja?
I've got my short bow in one hand. I also am bringing, just because it's in my hand right now, a bottle of Screech that I have.
Okay.
You're gonna need it with this party.
All right, you feel that gutted feeling where your equilibrium goes a little topsy-turvy as light starts to bend slightly around you, and you fall for a quarter second. Your boots hit metal, and the first thing that hits you is how the moisture in the air changes completely. It's gone from like 2% humidity to like 98% humidity, but cold. It's like the northeast out of character. It's like the northeast Atlantic. You can feel the cool moisture in the air. There's almost like a little fog around. Okay, all right. Yeah, you're looking around. You appear to be. There's like weird stars in the sky. They're kind of glowing, and weird kind of like blue and yellow lights that glow far off. You expect to find yourself in some kind of an island, but instead you seem to be in some. In fact, you're not even sure you left Kev, and the only way you know you left Kev and the technology is that the atmospheric pressure and the humidity completely changed. You feel yourself moving still. You're wondering why you still feel this weird sickening motion sickness in the pit of your stomach. You realize it's because you're on a moving craft of some kind. It's this giant metallic structure with huge ugly rivets with all the rust dripping off them. You see to your lefts there is a quite frankly core sports bar, and you can hear the sounds of like TVs with programs going off in here. There's a roped off section. You see there's a sign that says over here to shore, and there's another little rusty sign over here that says the same thing. You see there's like faded orange paint on the ground of this asphalty / metallic looking floor. And you see far off in the distance here, you can barely see the remnants of what are buildings of some kind. All old, dusty, rusted metal. There's planks of metal with rivets in them all along through here. Rivets. You seem to be on some kind of giant metallic monstrosity, and you could tell by the wind moving past you this way that you seem to be on some kind of giant floating platform, you're guessing, even though you really don't hear any waves at all. All you hear is a low hum of engines or something operating somewhere.
Did you say we could see far, or is it foggy?
No, it is quite foggy, so you can't see him very much further past the drawing there that I made.
Oh, okay.
You hear gold, some kind of sound comes out of the sports bar, you think, to your left. Magnus,
maybe there's gambling.
Is this the right place? This doesn't look like any kind of island.
Yes, this is terribly disappointing. And
This must be a metaphoric title. This is an island of technology in the Outer Rims, so...
I wasn't aware there was such a thing. The Outer Rims are supposed to be primitive.
Well, that sports bar certainly doesn't seem it.
And we've established that the books don't always know what's going on.
Rujo, you've traveled around quite a bit, and you know that nothing's strange in Gaia. So they say the outer rims are primitive, but that's the core speaking. So the core usually is quite conceited towards the outer rimmers, like they're always like some kind of parochial backwards.
I mean, really, if you're going to call somewhere an island, there has to be water. And if anybody turns to see Krellin, he had gotten undressed and was in a hammock.
Okay, you're very cold right now.
He slowly starts to put his suit back on.
Magnus turns and says,
Aurora's turning.
Krellin,
Krellin,
what happened with your clothes? Why did
an
you
island
throw?
might.
I can guarantee you there is salt water near here. I can feel it, but we are many thousands we are many hundreds of meters above it.
Yes, this is what I'm saying. It's terribly disappointing. A man, he is island, he wants to go swimming, he gets into his swimsuit, and then no island.
Well, you'd better put your clothes back on before you catch cold.
Yes, and the other sock goes on. That's in a huff and stuff.
All right, you don't see another soul anywhere on this island. The only signs of life are coming from, and a warm light are coming from the sports bar to your left.
Gambling, here we go.
Okay, Aurora, you start striding toward it. Magnus goes, when he follows you.
It's got to be this way. These are where the people are. At least they can tell us where to find the mold.
No, so I'm still getting dressed.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you're getting dressed, you're putting your pants on, you're helping on one leg, you look to your right. You notice there are signs on every post on that cordoned off chain that runs to both beside you and to the left and right. And it says, do not go past the chain. It says that like 20 times. One of the signs fallen, it's hanging there like this. One of the signs fallen off on lying on the ground. But it says very, very strongly with a skull with like a lightning bolt through it, like that. Do not go past the chain.
I pick up a rock and throw it past the chain.
You'd be hard pressed to find a rock actually. That, like I said, it's riveted metal.
Oh, sorry. Yes,
a loose screw, maybe.
I pick up that sign that fell down.
That's the only piece of thing on the ground. Yeah, okay. You walk up to it. It's like a little sign, little placard like this. You could whip it.
Coming on.
Probably.
Yeah. Frisbee.
Okay, past the chain, you can, like I said, you could barely make out in the mist what looks like a building coming right out of the metal on the left, and a building that comes off further on the right. They're good 30 meters away. You could never whip that far, but you can toss it towards it.
Bet you can't hit it.
Can I roll to see if I could hit it?
All right, you may roll. You have a minus 300.
So I have to get a crit.
For the non-aerodynamic, flimsy little plastic placard.
You gave me a 2 just a second ago. Do that again. I got a 5!
No.
All right. By some miracle, you go, you flick it, and just then a gust of wind picks up and takes it up into the air, and the placard spins and spins and spins. It's like shining on shiny, shining on shiny, shining on shiny. It flies in the air. It actually flies a good 100 feet and goes, hits the side of the building. You're guessing what it is, but even though you don't see any windows or doors in it, it's just like a solid metal wall made of the same patchwork. The placard hits that and just kind of claps beside it and out of view, kind of in the dark.
Very impressive.
I hope
gotta
be kidding me.
+2 for such a lucky throw.
I should have bet on that. Oh, man.
Okay, you wait, you look around. Nothing happens. All you just hear is the constant hum of engines, maybe, or something, deep in underneath this metal floor you're walking on.
So I wonder why it says don't go past these chains if nothing happens when you go past these chains.
Well, nothing happens when a placard goes past the chains.
I mean...
+1 for wisdom.
That's all fine and well, but I feel like something should have happened if it's that dangerous.
Well, you can go ahead and try.
I think I'm good. We're all going to that sports bar. We can try that later. I personally like being able to, walk still, and I feel like you might be right on the whole placard thing.
We will see.
Aurora and Magnus, you walk into the warm yellow light coming out of the an archway into what looks to you much like some kind of sports bar or some kind of sports lounge, more of a sports lounge kind of area. You see there's a bar on your right-hand side with a robotic life form bartender back there. He's got taps and like thick glass tumblers for beers, probably. The old brass is old and it just like seems to have the salt air has just chewed into this bar and chewed into the stools and chewed into everything for a while. But it still seems to be mostly operational. The robot wipes off. The robot kind of looks like a pill capsule, kind of for a head with like a little eye, a big eye and a tiny little eye here, and it's got thin neck, a round kind of body, all made of the same kind of riveted metal, and it's got tiny little arms, but it goes like puts all the beer mugs down. Says puts the white rag that's wet over its tiny little shoulder. See little hook. There's a little hook there for it.
Customers, come in.
Oh, great.
Okay, you see there's all these TVs on the wall showing all these Gaia programs. Like there's a Gaia football game going on, and there's some people shooting missiles at each other and fighting. It's called The Win. Who will win? And there's like odds of who's winning, some kind of match or something, some kind of nuttiness. In. You want white or dark? White or dark?
Do you want what?
And you see there's other than that, on the left-hand side, there's high top circular tables that you can get up on a stool and kind of sit at. And then across from there is another archway leading to some other part of the island. And there's nobody else in here other than the robot. There isn't a soul in here.
Hi.
Did you all merchants?
He pours you white amber beers, puts them down.
Yeah?
Yes, we are merchants. Yes, we...
Oh, great. What do you sell?
We're actually looking to buy today.
Oh, all I got is beer. Complimentary for ferry riders.
But perhaps you know somebody who's selling what we need.
Oh, lots of merchants come through here, Toots. Lots of merchants.
Have you heard of flea flats?
Free facts?
Play flax?
100. Doesn't compute.
Huh. It's some kind of moldy stuff. It's supposed to be around here.
I run a clean establishment, ma'am.
Can you look around?
No.
Doesn't
Not
look
here.
Everywhere he can reach, you can see the very extension of where his arm can reach from behind the bar. That is polished down to like a few millimeters of wood grain. He's worn off into rags, but otherwise, it doesn't look that dirty. It just looks like, again, open sea air has corroded a lot of the metal for some time.
No, I don't mean in your beautiful establishment. I mean around on the island, maybe. And then it occurs to her he probably can't leave the area, so.
You look over the bar. No, there is a groove behind there that he can go on, and he can leave out the side. But then there's a groove. You see, it kind of winds around the sports lounge, but he can't get into the corners. He can kind of wash off each table, clear them, and go back. Is what he can do.
Okay.
What can I get you? Oh, hello, dapper young fella.
He says to you, Krellin.
Hello there, good sir.
White or dark? White or dark?
One of both. Why not? And for all my friends as well.
Colin, we're
Coming
trying to
up.
find stuff. We're not.
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
He pours you both whites and darks, puts them all down with rhythmical, mechanical precision.
Wait, you said this was free for anybody on the what?
On the ferry. North's ferry.
So,
Oh, we're on a ferry, guys. Is this the island too?
No,
Is there an island?
of course.
Where is it?
Shawai Island. North's ferry runs from Shawai Island to Boomba Island. Regular sailings every 2 hours.
Okay, wait. She turns to the group. It was on North's Island. You read, right?
yes, that's what I told Tithe to send us to.
Well, books have been wrong before.
Do you
This
think
is true.
the ferry is some kind of island?
Either that, or the ferry was named after an island that is now sunk.
Oh, yeah, that's a problem.
Or we can't get to the island through the same means due to some barrier. And I down one of the beers.
You taste the ale. It tastes very commercial. There's no better way I can explain it. It doesn't taste like well brewed. It tastes like it's almost got almost a soapy taste to it.
I don't think I needed like the word explanation. Your face said it all.
Just because he bought them for everybody, right? So I'm just starting to drink because this is the best adventure we've ever been on.
Okay. Luckily, the ale is so watered down that you don't need to roll a metabolic rate. You'd barely taste alcohol in it, but
I think you're right. No one's chasing us. That's amazing.
Okay, Reva, I'm like, when we get back, we will go and find just the most wonderful drinks you could even imagine. I don't know where yet, but I'm sure we will.
So, Rouge is just sipping from her flask of Screech.
Okay. That has a very high alcohol content. Like you could clean off all the rust in here or whatever with that, all the grind.
Just sips.
Okay.
So what happens if you go past the fence outside?
Oh, don't go past unauthorized areas. Unauthorized areas.
But why is it unauthorized?
Because they're unauthorized.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Look, he's doing his job, and his job is this. Look, there's just our track around. That's all he can do.
Magnus says, I hate to tempt fate, my friends, but I'm getting a good feel on the Flayflax, and there is a good source of it that is beyond the chain.
Wonderful.
Right.
I'll go first.
Okay.
You see the TV screens are going off. You see, "Shtoodoo."
An all points bulletin has been put out for the criminals, Jack and Lily.
Okay, you see two pictures of a young, handsome, brown-haired, green-eyed Gaizen humanoid, and a young woman with brown hair as well. They look similar. They may even be some kind of mated pair. It says it's 1 trillion core credits for their capture, dead or alive.
Whoa.
You see their pictures are like kind of like this and like this in the mugshot.
Risha, that seems like a lot.
It sounds like a lot. Does this look like a legitimate bounty?
It's an affiliate. It's an official Prior/Guardian broadcast. Yeah.
Krellin's sitting there with a not a defeated look on his face, like a frustratingly defeated look on his face after seeing that bounty. Yes, it's plenty of credits.
He says with a little bit of jealousy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then let's never mind that. Let's get back.
Magnus, where do you feel the Flayflax?
Sadly, I feel it directly in the direction that Mr. Krellin threw his impressively through his placard.
Oh.
Well, off in
He
that
says,
direction
walking
we
up
go
to
then.
the chain, he looks at it.
I'm gonna go over the chain. I'm gonna sneak.
Good luck.
Wait a moment, Mr. Krellin. We should all stick together. Are we resolved we're going to do this?
Wait, let's resolve first, then I'll do it.
Reva?
Yeah. Actually, I was gonna say, Magnus, do you want to put a force field like above us, and then I'll put one below us, and then we just go safely?
But where's the fun in safety?
Aurora's gonna use I'm gonna drink the potion.
Well, clearly Krellin wants to be the canary in the coal mine, so he's volunteering.
I could be anything you want me to be.
No. That's enough chatter. We should, if we're going to go, we should definitely all go together.
Potion drink.
Okay, you boom, put the pull stopper off, and then the white kind of wispy magical liquid slithers down your throat.
magic.
You feel tinglies?
Ooh. I'm gonna use augur, which is to sense for trouble or ease going forward. I need a 151.
Okie dokie.
I rolled 73.
Okay, you reach out your mind, and you feel the tinglies coming back. You feel the coldness in the midst of the road ahead, so to speak, metaphorically speaking, and you get the sense that there is going to be some minor trouble.
Okay. Like, dead Krellin, the rest of us are okay, or
minor trouble.
Minor.
okay, minorish. There's what, 5 of us? That's minor.
I sense some minor trouble, but nothing particularly scary.
All right. Well, better get on it before it gets scarier.
Yeah.
Okay. Magnus looks around. He goes, all right. He steps cautiously over he puts one foot over, looks around, puts another foot over, looks around.
What about the force field? I thought we were going to protect ourselves.
Very well. Everyone, come close together.
Okay.
We must be past the confines of the chain.
Okay.
Okay, do you all go over the chain?
About. Sure.
Okay, you go over the chain at about 20 feet. You walk a bit. You can the din of the sports game coming out of the sports lounge. It gets a little bit quieter until you almost can't hear it. This is very well, Riva. You wish to help cast a force field?
Yeah, I was thinking you do one on top, I do one on bottom. So simple.
Very, very well. But how will we walk?
Well, we just have it move with us, right? So as we're moving, it's moving. Oh, I guess the one on top's gonna work better than the one on bottom.
Depends where we're attacked from.
If you could
Attacked?
from the side.
I look around. Are there any enemies? Are there any?
No, you don't see any. You don't see any other souls except for yourselves. It's just cool and dark and misty.
I thought the signs looked like it was like maybe like getting instant death, like a flash fire or a lightning bolt or something.
Right, some kind of electrocution.
Yeah.
No, you've all stepped over and you're 20 feet over the chain, standing in a group, looking at each other, and no one's been electrocuted yet.
I think we're probably fine.
Magnus says, let's keep our spells at the ready and save our strength in case there's a battle.
I imagine
Agreed.
the real trouble is at the building.
Yes, he looks, says, I'm not quite sure what that is.
Is that where the fleetbacks is?
Yes, it is. In that one, he points to the one on the far right.
Of course it is.
Okay.
Yeah, good idea. I go last.
Okay, +2. +2. Okay, you all start creeping forward carefully in the metal. Your boots make a bit of a dull thud on the metal sound. You occasionally your boots skiff off a rivet, and you kind of might trip a little bit, but otherwise it's almost perfectly flat. As you get closer to the buildings, all the sound kind of recedes, and there's almost like a cool kind of sound in the air, as the quietness has almost a presence of its own. And you move past the building on the left. You don't see really. You can't see any doors. You don't see any windows. It's just a piece of metal up with like a round, like a cut edge. So they seem to be molded. They seem to be riveted. They don't look like buildings per se. They almost give you the impression of being more of like an electrical transformer, like a giant electrical transformer. This metal wall runs as far as you can see in the south. This runs as far as you can see in the north. They're giant, huge, or at least 40. This one's 40 feet tall. This one's 80 feet tall. And the one thing you guys notice, does anyone have detective or a high vision stat?
I rolled a 7. That is not a crit, but it's pretty good. It's good, better than
Okay, it doesn't take a great detective to notice that actually, now that you're getting closer to the areas that are more ravaged by mold and like a white crust on the ground from the sea air, you could see a steady stream of footprints, some ancient, some maybe months old, you're not really sure, that go right kind of flush into the wall to your north and right kind of flush into the wall to your south. And you can barely see there's a seam that's about 2 meters high and 1 meter wide of a rectangle, which you're guessing is some kind of concealed door portal into these kind of giant metal structures. Magnus says to the one on the right, to the south of you, he says, I believe there's more flayflax in this particular construct.
And how much do we need?
Oh, he picks up the 2 vials. He says, we just have to fill these 2 vials, not much.
Great. This is gross.
And the mold around us is not fleaflax?
He says, I do detect after he rolls up his tunic and kind of puts his whole forearm very close to the metal girder ground. Says, I am detecting small traces of it, but not enough. We would be here for hours.
Well, what's better, to be here for hours or to put ourselves in more danger?
What are these? Wait, what? They're just solid walls of some sort? If I look
There's a
up,
seam.
Yeah, if I look up, what? They're just big metal squares?
Pretty much. They have like cut off angles. They're not perfect rectangles. And they go up. This one, like I said, goes up about 40 feet. This one goes up about 80 feet. There's too much mist and darkness for you to see longer than this, or what I've cut off.
Well, I can try to sense for maybe some robots or something. Or I was going to use sense constructs.
Ooh, a very infrequently used spell, but very helpful in this case. Roll.
She's been practicing. So I need a 124. And I get a 58.
Okay, you sense your mind out again, this time for the telltale feel of constructs that speak so singularly to you. And you get something very curious back. You feel like you're not sensing anything until you kind of sense beneath you, and the whole place is a giant construct as far as you can tell. If it was glowing, the whole thing would be glowing.
Oh my.
As if the island itself is one giant construct.
I think this whole thing is like part of kind of like a robot or more like a Gaia.
Are you saying the island is a robot?
I'm not sure, to tell you the honest truth. It just feels like...
Point being, this island has a consciousness.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, Magnus walks up to this seam door here, and he just kind of presses his hand on it. You see it goes in for an inch or two, and goes and moves up. And you see there's a dark room or area inside this thing. He looks back at you like,
Don't just touch doors.
Apparently, Magnus is now the daring one here. The dark, mysterious room of a being who is conscious. We are doing this now?
Magnus shrugs, says, we have to. If we don't find these components, Royd and Aristodemos are sure to suffer.
So they're in there, correct?
There is some in there, yes.
Do I see anything with my infrared?
Oh, okay, excellent. All
and
right.
I would like to detect for life signs.
Okay, you detect no life signs.
I rolled a 48 out of 95.
Okay, but you can see quite well, Mr. Krellin. Your infrared assassin eyes serve you well in this case. You see in a pale gray, you see there's all kind of girders and metallic girders and pipes are just running through with a whole bunch of kind of pipes and consoles with like dials. Most of the glass is broken. You can't even read the dials anymore. But you see the footprints go in and they spread out in like 2 or 3 different directions. If you weren't if this thing wasn't weird enough, you'd say this is obviously some kind of engineering or some kind of internal mechanisms probably for this giant monstrosity to operate. You detect no danger. You see everything is of the same kind of color, which is a cool metallic.
I think we're okay to head in. It seems like this might be one of the operation centers of, as you say, this potential construct?
Magnus says, I feel the Flayflax even stronger now. There might be something else, but I can't quite tell. Everyone be at the ready.
That sounds comforting.
He pulls out the vial, says, everyone be at the ready. I'll collect it. If you'll cover my back.
All right.
All right.
Ruja will knock her arrow, her glowing arrow.
I'm going to head first, and I'm going to summon my psychic blade and draw my knife.
With a practiced motion, Krillin draws a knife out of his brandishes a knife from the small of his back and focuses his mind, and this golden kind of multi-phased blade kind of crackles and appears out of the air on his fist. He kind of stands there in kind of like a fighting pose, looking around, and comes in.
Aurora and Reva can take up the rear.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be in the back, and if something happens, like I'm just getting ready to turn Magnus invisible, so he can go collect things in case things go wrong, because we don't have to win a fight, we just have to get it and leave.
Yep.
True. +2. Okay, good planning. +2. All right, you all move into the kind of weird pipes. You notice there's pipes all over the place. It doesn't really look like it's obviously some kind of engineering, but it's not made for humanoids apparently, because the walkways, or where other people have walked before, you can see tracks of treasure hunters or explorers or equally foolish people as you who have disobeyed the signs and gone in here over the aeons to look for stuff. They had to step over these pipes, and the pipes move all over the place. You have to duck under one, get over one. It's almost like an obstacle course. Move your way deeper into the darkness. You start to see this weird green slime growing on the walls. And Magnus says, yes, that's the Flayflax. There's a good deposit, just 40 more meters this way. Just a bit more.
It's gross.
He says as his voice doesn't echo at all, in fact. And in here you hear this kind of heavy, deep engine sound. It's even more apparent in this room. And you can start to feel, Krillin, you start to see heat in some pipes. And all the rest of you start to feel heat in various pipes in different areas. Magnus nods. Okay, you move a little bit deeper in. See, there's all these pipes are glistening now with water, and bloop, 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 bloop. Some water drips off of it. One little drip lands on your shoulder, Krillin.
I look up.
You look up, do you? All right, finally.
I'm also looking up.
You look up and you see more pipes.
Nah.
All right, you thought you saw a shadow move, but you see a long kind of pipe with like a glistening on the forehead of the pipe, if it had a forehead. But you look at it for a while. You look at it for a while, and the dark legs that seem to come out the side of it were just shadows.
Am I seeing any heat movement?
Roll.
79 out of 95.
Okay, you do see some heat radiating out of a lot of. They're much brighter to you in some of these pipes up ahead. In fact, bright enough that some of the ones up ahead you shouldn't touch. You'd burn. Most guys would burn the flesh on their hand.
Careful, the pipes up ahead are getting to unpleasant degrees of heat.
Magnus says, yes, I can feel it. He's starting to sweat. Magnus usually likes cooler temperatures. In here, he doesn't seem to be doing very well. He says, all right, I'll get it. He takes a little instrument, starts scraping some of the Flayflax off into some of the green goo into one of the vials. Says, everyone, watch my back, please. Reva, you step on something that crunches under your foot. You look down. It looks like the remains of some former guys who might have tried to climb those pipes and fallen. You see a skeleton looking up at you. A lot of Flayflax and mold growing on it.
Reva, my good man.
Oh! As Krillin's speaking to me, I will look at the person's maybe now decomposed pockets to see if there's just any like shiny things sitting there, like anything special.
Let's see, 50% chance that they are haven't decomposed too much.
They are loot.
3%, okay. Apparently not. I guess I have to roll treasure. I was just going to put that in there for effect, but now I'm giving you treasure, apparently.
Sure. What's up, Gron?
Would you be able to cover us with a force field from above? I've got a bad feeling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Why? as I'm half paying attention.
as I said, bad feeling. I would prefer us to not be out in the open this much.
Sure, totally. When do you want it?
I mean, Magnus, how close are you to being done?
Almost there. He's almost one vial. You hear this
Now.
skittering sound. Echoing.
Now would be good.
Now? Okay, yeah, just 1 second. What did I find?
I'll
look
do
down
the
at
damn
some
force field.
long-lost adventurer like you guys who didn't pay attention. It looks to you like they've fallen and broken their neck and their back from trying to scale these pipes that go up ahead. All right, you see on its left arm that's mostly degraded in just a gross, moldy skeletal structure. There does seem to be some kind of glinting gold coming off some kind of gauntlet that's now mostly covered in mold and white crust. But it does have a glowing blue, barely perceivable glowing blue gem on the top of the gauntlet.
Yeah, hey, that looks pretty. I'll try and take it off and put it on.
Okay, you grab it, and the skeleton basically just kind of disintegrates and it kind of falls off both sides.
Yeah. I'll try and put the gauntlet on.
All right, you put the gauntlet on. It kind of fits on snugly. Roll coordination.
Oh no, it's 47. Oh goodness.
Oops.
Oh yeah, I fail.
Okay, you're kind
80.
You're kind of struggling to put it on, and your fingers brush over the blue crystal on it. You see some blue kind of sparks, and this energy blade about yay long, like a puchik, like a punching dagger, about like this, comes out and glows. It's a gauntlet of energy
What
blade.
in the?
What? Jesus,
What?
be careful with that.
Ah!
It takes training to master weapons of this sort. Where did you
What do
get
you
that?
mean? How do I turn it off?
I'm guessing
Stop swinging it around.
the blue gem. Touch it again.
Magnus is like, careful, Riva, careful.
By the way, Ruja did the force field that Krillin asks for because Riva was being a little
Treasure
baby.
Thank you very much, Ruja. I appreciate the assist. I'm feeling a little bit better.
Krillin, you hear this kind of groaning sound above you somewhere.
Magnus, hurry back.
We've got company.
I almost got it. Almost. Okay, you see some heat moving above you.
Yep.
Magnus, get the rest
Lots
outside
of
the building.
company. They're above us.
And giant claws crunch over some of the metal pipes. Some of them bend under its weight. Steam starts coming out, cloaking the figure. Magnus goes, I've got it, thunk. Okay, he goes,
run.
you see these eyes start to kind of look over and glow.
We're really nice.
And you hear this monstrous roar. All right, you see all the metal pieces bending. Almost looks like the weight of this thing is too big, like some kind of cat or something that got on branches that are too small. And it all starts to fold under, and some steam starts to blow on your force fields, giving it points. It looks like the whole thing's going to collapse. It's going to fall on you. And just when you think that's going to happen, you're like, maybe you should run. What's going to happen? Magnus goes, Tithe, we're done. Send us to the next place. The metal grates, some steam to find out. It starts to fall, and